And hello again, ladies and gentlemen. This is your NFL guru, Neil Galati, here with Week 12 predictions. So, your NFL guru has a bit of a cold, but that doesn't matter. It's Thanksgiving, Turkey Day, time to get fat and eat a lot of food and keep watching football this weekend. Let's go ahead and begin. First off, we have the Eagles at the Lions. I'm going to take Detroit. They stay hot 2 in a row, make that 3 in a row. Next of all, the Panthers, who are undefeated at the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas must win this game. Look for them to stay hot. They stay in a 2 game winning streak and dethrone Cam Newton and his undefeated Panthers. The Cowboys win this game. The Bears at the Packers. I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers. I think they're going to stay hot. They just beat Minnesota away. Look for them to come home and win this game at home to seal up Turkey Day with the Green Bay win. The Dolphins at the Jets. Simple one, taking the Jets here. They're going to play hard. Ivory's going to run wild. The Jets win. The Chargers at the Jaguars. Ooh, this is going to be a good one. I'm going to say the Chargers. I think they're going to win this one, even though the Jaguars did win an amazing game last week for a Thursday night game. The end was just phenomenal. Started off slow, but the end was great. Though I'm going to take the San Diego Chargers in this one. The Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. They stay hot and they win another. They're looking like a tough team, especially with that defense. 2 in a row, make that 3. The Oakland Raiders at the Tennessee Titans. Mariota's going to play well. Look for Delanie Walker to play well as well. But I'm going to take the Oakland Raiders in this one. I think they're going to pass the ball very well. Look for Amari Cooper to get heavily involved as well. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Indianapolis Colts. Vincent put on a performance last week, but look for the Colts with Matthew Hasselbeck to win this game. Hasselbeck stays undefeated this season. He carries the Indianapolis Colts to victory. Next, we have the Saints at the Texans. I am going to take in a close game the Houston Texans. This is going to be a bit of a shootout, but I'm going to take the Texans whether Hoyer starts or TJ Yates starts. Look for the Texans to win this game. The Minnesota Vikings at the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons in this one. It's going to be a good one, but Atlanta finally gets away from that cold streak. They win this tough game. They were losing a ton in a row. They're going to win this one. They beat Minnesota. Minnesota loses 2 in a row. The Giants, G-Men at the Redskins. I want to take the Giants. This is going to be such a good game, so pay close attention. But I'm going to take the New York Giants. Eli gets hot around this time of the season. He's going to win a tough away game at a Redskins home where they're actually pretty good at home too. So it's going to be a good one. The Rams at the Bengals. Simple. Bengals win this game. Hopefully, Stedman Bailey gets better. He was severely injured with that whole gunshot to his head. Hopefully, the guy heals. But I'm going to take the Bengals in this game. The Cardinals at the 49ers. No question here. The Cardinals, Carson Palmer is going to throw the ball like no other. Look for Chris Johnson to play well. David Johnson to play well. I think Andre Ellington's going to have a good game as well. The Cardinals win this one with ease. The Steelers at the Seahawks. This is the game of the week, in my opinion. I'm going to take the Seattle Seahawks to win this game. They're tough at home, and they stay tough at home. It's going to be good. The Steelers, if you meet them in the Super Bowl, if this were to be a Super Bowl matchup, I feel like the Steelers right now could heat up and win. But it's at Seattle. The home crowd's going to stay loud. The Seahawks win this one. Now we are at Sunday Night Football, and it's the Patriots at the Broncos. The Patriots stay undefeated. They beat Brock Osweiler and his Broncos. Look for Brandin LaFell to catch a touchdown as well. And lastly, we have Monday Night Football, and it will be the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. I'm going take the dog pound. The Cleveland Browns win this game. They may only have 2 wins, but they're getting their 3rd win of the season at home on Monday night. Shouldn't be a Monday night game, let's be honest. But Cleveland, I'm going to give you some credit. Your boy Josh McCown's finally getting his deserved start. He's going to carry that offense as they tear apart the Baltimore Ravens secondary. Going 2-0 against Baltimore this season. Now, your fantasy predictions. At quarterback, Carson Palmer. Great start against a weak 49ers defense. Look for Palmer to play very well. Sit Drew Brees. I know it sounds crazy, but he's at Houston. Not that easy of a defense. Houston's won 2 in a row. Okay, so I would sit Brees if I were you. Running back. Start Chris Ivory. He's playing the Dolphins. Terrible run defense. Start in a little bit of a sleeper, but he's a starter for me. Duke Johnson. I think he's going to run wild against Baltimore. If not, catch a screen pass or two. One will go for a touchdown. Sit running backs Thomas Rawls. Yes, Marshawn's out. Rawls had a huge game against the 49ers, but it is the 49ers. They're not surprising anyone. We never had high expectations for that team, but I just didn't think they'd be this bad. They're horrible. Those 3 wins were complete flukes. The way they've been dominated game in and game out. Loving so many 40-point games this season. It's just, they're not scoring points, not putting points on the board either. Look for Rawls to be a sit this week because he took advantage of a weak defense in the 49ers. He won't be able to take advantage of a Steelers run defense that's very underrated. Also sit DeMarco Murray. He's not a great start. He's falling off, period. I would sit him. Wide receivers to start, Amari Cooper. He struggled last week. He may be a rookie, but that guy's mindset is what counts. The guy plays hard. When he drops balls, he gets upset at himself. He's going to redeem himself this week against a Tennessee Titans secondary that's pretty talented. Look for Cooper to still have a very big game as the Raiders win that one. Also, we have Jeremy Maclin as another great wide receiver to start this week. I think he's going to play very well. Look for him to have a great game. After all, the Chiefs are playing the Bills in Kansas City. I think Alex Smith may toss a touchdown to a receiver for once. So we'll see. But yeah, Macklin's a great start. 2 receivers to sit, Brandin Cooks and AJ Green. Yeah, they have had a few good weeks, but I just think these guys have bad weeks. Cooks, is at Houston. I don't think he's going to get the ball much against a physical Houston Texans defense. AJ Green is at home against the Rams. They're at home in Cincinnati, but still, I just don't think Green's going to have a good game either. Tight ends to start. Delanie Walker, great start playing the Raiders. Worst team at covering the tight ends I've seen in a long time. Start Delanie Walker. Sit Antonio Gates. He's falling off a bit. You could see the rust. Not great chemistry between him and Rivers. I would sit Antonio Gates. Kickers. Start Sebastian Janikowski. The Raiders may not get a lot of touchdowns, but Janikowski will definitely get a bunch of field goals. So start him. Sit Phil Dawson. It'll be a surprise if the Niners even pass the 50-yard line again. So I would sit him. Actually, I think the Cardinals are going to win this game 30-20. I think the Niners will keep it interesting just because they're at home, but still, they're the 49ers. They're not going to win this game. Defenses, start the Arizona Cardinals defense. They're playing the 49ers. Enough said. Sit the Kansas City Chiefs defense. I know that sounds crazy, but the Buffalo Bills offense with their running game with Shady McCoy and Carlos Williams are tough to beat. Start or sit the Chiefs defense. Start a few guys on the Buffalo Bills offense, but not Tyrod Taylor. Might start other guys. You can start them with confidence. Sleepers. Quarterback, Josh McCown. He's at home Monday night against the Ravens with the poorest secondary. Look for him to have a big game. Running backs, Frank Gore and David Johnson. Frank Gore is at home against the Buccaneers, who struggle in the run defense. Look for Gore to have a big game. Also, David Johnson's going to have a big game. They're playing the 49ers. Chris Johnson, David Johnson, Andre Ellington, all of them may score this week. Look for them to drop at least 30 points, like I said. Wide receivers are Vincent Jackson. He's a great sleeper this week. Had a great week last week. Look for him to keep up his success. And the other Jackson, Desean Jackson, speedster against the New York Giants. Look for him to get past that secondary at least once that game. 65-yard touchdown for Deshaun Jackson from Kirk Cousins. Finally, a tight end sleeper, Jimmy Graham. The Steelers also struggle at covering tight ends. They're actually pretty decent against receivers, but they're not very good against tight ends. Look for Jimmy Graham to have a big game. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's early in the morning, but that doesn't change anything. It is Turkey Day. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and catch those 3 football games today. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving break, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you guys next week.